More news coming in. Uddhav faction mentions the appeal against the Election Commission before the Chief Justice of India refuses urgent hearing. However, CJI has refused an urgent hearing, says there is a process of mentioning that must be followed. Essentially, what we were hearing is that Uddhav Thackeray faction is pushing for urgent listing of this case. Not happening, says the CJI. Essentially, the Chief Justice of India has in that sense given a thumbs down, refusing an urgent hearing to the Uddhav faction, saying that there is a process of mentioning and that process must be respected and followed. Anisha Mathur is getting us more details. Anisha, you had told us earlier that the Sena faction, the Uddhav Sena faction, was pushing for an urgent listing of this matter. Given that the elections, BMC elections also just around the corner, but the court has said follow the rules, it's not happening just yet.
Well, yes, Neha, what that effectively means is that the Uddhav faction will have to now get this matter mentioned again either to, at the end of the day today or tomorrow morning, when normally what happens in the Supreme Court is that if you want to get a matter mentioned and listed for urgent hearing, then you have to file that application, that you need to file that form by 10:25 a.m. And if you don't do so, then you do not get a chance to mention the matter on the same day. It is usually sent on the next day, which is what has happened to the Uddhav faction's petition today. They were not able to complete the process by 10:25, which is why the Chief Justice has asked them to follow the process that has been prescribed, which means that the Uddhav faction will now have to move matter for urgent hearing again tomorrow morning and seek an urgent hearing of the matter. But what is clear is that the Uddhav faction is trying its level best to get their side of the story heard, to get the court to intervene as soon as possible in this particular matter, because the Shinde faction on Friday was given the bow and arrow symbol and the name of the Shiv Sena by the Election Commission, which the Uddhav faction has maintained is something that the EC could not and should not have done at this stage, even as the Supreme Court is yet to hear the disqualification issue. Secondly, what we do know is that the Uddhav faction is also worried because the Shinde faction, according to reports, has sent in a letter to the assembly saying that they want to now take over this Shiv Sena office, the Shiv Sena title, etc., and they want to start the work for that. So once all of that begins, then it will be more and more difficult for the Uddhav faction to sort of get back to where they were, to also save face when it comes to the BMC elections that are supposed to happen soon enough. So it is going to be a process that the Uddhav faction will be following, making sure that they will be trying their level best to ensure that their matter is heard as soon as possible. Back to you.
All right, I'm going to thank you for the moment, Anisha Mathur, getting us all of those details. The CJI there saying that the listing will happen as per procedure and not instantly. Uddhav faction wanted urgent listing of the case, and that's not happening in court.